And we are live. It is Paul Ash and Mike Gamache with the rhyming podcast that is the Check-In. This is the Check-In Show, episode 19. Claudio could not be with us once again.
Yes, I know. He's bouncing all over the place. We change our dates to accommodate him, and the next thing you know, he's got something else going. So
yeah, exactly. It's the advantage of youth.
Yes, exactly. So how are you doing today?
I am here. I had a nice little walk with my nephew along the river yesterday, so it was kind of good to see him. Socially distanced visit. Yeah, he's been working like a madman. How's everyone's sound? There was I was hearing maybe a little bit of feedback from you, Mike. I'm not sure what that if that echo's coming from me.
Okay, I'm not hearing anything. I'm not getting any type of. My earphones are good, and my mic is set up. I don't think I have any.
No, you actually, when you talking alone sounds good. I'm hearing. Yep. Okay, I'm hearing it when I speak. So I'm not sure if anyone is out there listening wants to suggest what might be the sound issue or how it sounds to you watching. Please let us know. My peak light just came on as well, so maybe I'm just turned up a little bit too loud. Mike, you didn't shave today.
No, I did not. I've been busy doing a bunch of things around the house, and this morning I just got. This morning actually was very, very strange because actually I'd like to maybe move away from the COVID thing because this is the COVID check-in show. We realize that this.
Well, no, it's not COVID check-in. It's check-in with friends.
Check-in, yes, with friends, yes. With regards to the monkey, the elephant in the room, which is the pandemic. But yes. Today I had a development because I was they've moved forward some of the appointments for the second shot, and my wife said, "Oh, why don't you go into one of these walk-in places, walk-in clinics? There's a few of them here in the West Island. Go and just take a chance. You might be able to get in and have your shot now because she just got her shot yesterday, and her second shot." And so I went to two different places here in the West Island, and neither of them had the Moderna shot, which I need. Mm-hmm. And I had gone on the website, and I was, the Quebec government is a master in the runaround. It's got that science down to a T. You go on this Click Santé site to register for your to advance your second dose. You fill out the whole thing. You get to the bottom. They tell you contact the pharmacy, which was where I had got the first shot. Contact your pharmacy for your appointment. I call the pharmacy. The pharmacy says, no, you have to register on Click Santé. They're going to give you the appointment. I go back to Click Santé, do the whole shebang again, get to the bottom, contact your pharmacy. I said, look, this is a merry-go-round that never ends. I don't want to just keep spinning around trying to get this thing set up. So I went today to go and see. Neither of them had the Moderna shot. So I come back here home and I tell my wife that what's developed, and she says, go back to Click Santé, see if maybe there's something. So she gets she's on the computer. She's working from home. She's on the computer. She gets onto the website. She gets into the thing. She punches in a bunch of stuff. Bang! There's availabilities. Oh my God. And availabilities at the pharmacy. Oh my God. And Monday. Oh, grab it before it goes away. So I've got my second shot scheduled for Monday. So that's a bit of good news. And another bit of good news that I saw on the web, Scott Falconbridge posted a page of the various rates of first shot by country. First shot administered by country, Canada is now number one in that respect. We still are lagging behind in fully immunized people, but we're over 60% of the country has had their first shot of various vaccines. So we're now actually ahead of Israel, which was leading, and ahead of the United States, even though the United States has been, they've been vaccinating like it's going out of style. So these are
Their
good.
problem is they're running out of people who want to be vaccinated.
I think so. I think that's where and also they have a higher degree of vaccination resistance than we do. I mean, we have some resistors, but not nearly the rate they have down there. So that's another great piece of good news in the whole situation. And the third piece of good news that I've gotten is that here in Montreal, there are shows starting up. There's been a show yesterday at the Peroni's. Sid Collard put on a show, had a very good attendance. Show went flawlessly. Sugar Sammy made a pop-in appearance, and I also saw that the Nest is starting to book some shows. So I think that we're starting to see, the light at the end of the tunnel is not a train. So these are good things. These are positive things that I want to bring to the table today, and we can move on from there.
Yeah, we are. I mean, there is that rush that want to go out, but there's also the fact that carries additional risk.
There is a very big risk of like backsliding, especially since some people think that once they've gotten their vaccine, oh well, who needs a mask? Who needs distancing? Let's just get together and have a party. That's not how it works. Anyway, human nature as it is.
Yeah, most definitely. All right, we had some for the people who are tuning in. Say hello. Say hi to us. And tell us where you're watching from, and if you have any questions for either of us, feel free to drop them in. I know I teased you for not shaving today. I haven't shaved for 3 days.
Oh well, okay.
Yeah, and last night I actually performed in Edmonton.
Wow.
So that was kind of fun.
Via Zoom or
via Zoom, but it was a hybrid show, and actually listening to the MC, it may have been an illegal show, which I'm not sure. It's like apparently they had to bounce it out of a.
Yeah.
What was that? Sorry.
Those Albertans, they're such scofflaws.
Yeah. Well, apparently they were bouncing out of a VPN, and cops had made inquiries as to where the location was because there was a live audience. And but there was also half the acts were Zoom, half the acts were live there. Yeah, and so there was a whole bunch of things that was going on at the same, in the same show. So hybrid shows are one of the things that people have mentioned are a potential future outcome of this. This allows people to tour without leaving their own community. It's a chance to see shows and work with comedians in other parts of the world without airfare. And it's a chance to do a show that it kind of cuts down on the expenses, being able to do a live show.
Mm-hmm. I think I may have spotted what the feedback might have been. My mic input was not quite clicked in. I just corrected that.
Okay.
So it's better?
It's better. I'm not hearing anything echoing when I'm speaking. So
terrific. And I'm hearing you much clearer. So.
Aha.
Yes, indeed.
So, I caught myself. Did you ever see the Lego Movie?
I've seen excerpts of the Lego Movie. I have not seen the entire Lego Movie. I have seen choice excerpts. Yeah, I know what the movie's like. I know the concept of the Lego Movie because it was but I have not seen the entire thing. Why?
Oh, okay. There's a very famously catchy song that comes with that movie.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And I don't know if it's my current malaise or not, but I've been singing that with a slightly different.
Oh, and
Uh,
earworm.
yeah,
Hmm.
well, it's the song is "Everything Is Awesome," right?
Everything is awesome. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I sort of dropped that down like half an octave, and it's just going, "Everything is average." So it's not
Yes,
necessarily bad, but it's
yes. Reminds me of the Maclean's magazine back in the day, asking people to complete the sentence as Canadian as, and the most popular answer was as possible under the circumstances. So yes, that's definitely average Canadian. Yes, I'm. Everything
very
is average. Everything is average. Yep.
yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, so
Hmm.
yeah, I'm sort of like feeling more optimistic in general. I'm feeling like we are making headway.
Hmm.
There was a time there where the languishing was very prevalent. I was feeling
Oh,
like
sorry.
if
I want to say thank you to
yes,
Lynn. She just commented that it
okay,
was very funny on the show last night.
terrific.
Uh, Thank you, Lynn. I'm not sure exactly how because I imitated a flying bat. I'm not sure how well that worked with the visible restrictions that I had.
Just as long as you didn't fling your guano, everything was good.
No, no, that would be imitating
That
a chimpanzee.
chimpanzee, yes, the
Yeah,
chimpanzee. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So thank you very much, Lynn. It was kind of fun to do,
Hmm.
and it's. I have done Zoom shows, but I haven't done enough yet to be comfortable with them. So it's
Yeah, I've done a couple, and I really like. It was an experience. It wasn't unpleasant, but it was not something that was like. I don't think I was well prepared or comfortable in the format. I did okay, and and like I said, it wasn't unpleasant. It was a good experience, but I think it would take a lot, doing a hell of a lot of them before you finally became, had a rhythm going, had um, some a type of style that would marry to that format, because it's so detached. I find from, I mean, even though there were people who I could hear reactions from the other people who were on the show and stuff like that. I felt like there wasn't enough feedback, because I mean, let's face it, stand up is
well,
very
it's like
feedback.
working with a small crowd, and the fact that
Yeah,
this show
yeah.
had like an actual audience that there was a
Yeah,
mic, so we
yeah.
could I could hear that room.
Hmm.
But the thing is, thank you again, Lynn, for not expecting that the bat was hilarious. I actually screwed up the first line of that joke,
uh,
uh, but it was
you mustn't give away the
it's
secrets, Paul. It's like a
it
magician. Don't give away the secrets.
yeah, it's the artifice of illusion, and I sort of I turned my pocket inside out at the beginning of
Hmm.
the joke, but I
Hmm.
still plowed on with it.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, thank you, Lynn. It was uh, what I'm lucky. I have two monitors, so
Hmm.
there I could actually see what everyone else was saying, which was just primarily me, but I could also see the gallery view and see everybody that
Right.
was there.
Excellent.
Um, so it made a
Who
little
put
bit of a
this on?
difference.
Was this a guy from Edmonton who contacted you to
Yeah,
yeah?
this was the Funny Fest, which
Okay.
it's the 21st annual Funny Fest.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So yeah, Stu is the person who puts that together.
Hmm.
Uh, uh, Stu Hughes, that's it. Stu Hughes. I know it's a double. It's I didn't sleep well last night, so I'm a little bit more scattered than normal.
Oh my.
Uh,
Okay.
Yeah, which is weird because last night was not as hot as the previous nights, and I'm
Hmm.
living without air
Was
conditioning.
were you like I mean, were you scheduled, like, was there time delay for the show too? Like, considering he's in Edmonton and you're in Montreal, were you were
Well,
you were you performing like at 11 at night?
it started at 9, which was seven
Okay.
p.m. their time. So
Okay. 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 Just
yeah,
wondering.
they have shows going all week
Okay.
for this, and there's some nice headliners. Andrew Albert has been on one of
Oh
the shows.
yeah.
Matt Billen was actually the host. Kelly, trying to remember Kelly's last name. Again, I'm a little bit more scattered today than normal, but Kelly Stewart is what I'm thinking. Lynn can correct me, of course. Was very hilarious at the end, and people were waving drugs at the monitor.
Oh my.
Okay.
Okay.
He is Kelly Taylor. Thank you very
Okay.
much, Lynn. Kelly
There you
Taylor. He is Saskatchewan greatest export after wheat.
Okay.
That is his
And hockey
his
players.
billing. Apparently, he's better than hockey players.
Oh well, there you go.
Yeah, I mean,
There have been some very good hockey players from Saskatchewan.
Kelly Taylor looks like he could have been a hockey player. He was a healthy young lad. Though his picture didn't match the man on screen because I think he grew a beard over that. But
the foibles and the tribulations of pandemics.
yes, yeah.
Yep.
And by the way, Lynn, I hope you approved of my audition story as well. Walking through that doorway with 19 other guys who look like me. Just to be
Clone
picked out.
Wars. Clone Wars. Yeah. Oh my.
Oh, Clone Wars would be a great job. Do you know how many hours they do in voice work? With just one guy, he's doing all the voice of all the clones. Was it always Winnie Pooh? I don't remember, but it's the cat with the top hat.
Yes.
We're definitely classing up the joint. At this point. Now, non-COVID news. What has been new in your life?
Oh, well, there's been a couple of developments. My dear sweet wife has found more projects to do around the house. Of course, but it's not projects for me. It's going to be contractors who are going to come in and do this because some of this stuff is kind of involved and beyond my capacity to do any type of home renovations. We're going to be changing our patio doors, which are the original contractor doors that came with the house when we bought it in '88. So they really need to be replaced because in the winter time they let cold air in. They squeak and are just like they're just plain beyond their life expectancy. So time to change them. So there's that. And while we were doing that, we also have very, very leaky upstairs windows that need to be. We have a semi-detached cottage, and our upstairs windows kind of need to be replaced also, just for energy considerations. Right. So,
are you going to contact some comedian types who also do contracting?
No, actually, we've already picked out who we're doing business with, and this outfit is like, yeah. They're costly, but they do fantastic work. So
and then again, a comedian who also does construction, that could be a little funny. I just forgive the pun.
Yeah, I'm not even going to go there.
I can think of a couple. I can think of three off my head, like Marco Kulik.
Oh yeah,
right.
He's a contractor.
He does construction.
Okay.
I mean, he's a photographer. That's his main trade, but he does do a bit of construction.
Okay.
Derek Seguin, when he was on the normal They Talk Funny show, he was actually discussing about the fact that he helped a neighbor build a deck, and that he's that's been supplementing his income since the pandemic has shut him down.
Right.
Also, his Panderic shows.
Yes.
Which are.
I think he built his own deck too at the same time too.
Yes, he did. Yeah. And does Will Flynn do a little construction?
I'm not sure. No, Will's been working in like supply chain stuff.
Okay.
He's been working with
He's got the arms of a contractor.
Will looks rather stout. Let's put it that way. Yeah, Will is not somebody I'm with. I like Will a lot. I jive with Will a lot. We just we jest and joke with each other, but I would never insult him to his face because I would probably get a good swift
cuff
shot across the head or the back of the head or whatever,
cuff.
Yeah, cuff. A good cuffing.
You need to practice your word economy, Mike. Just saying.
A good shot. He'd give me a shot.
There will be no rematch.
Okay.
But I had the distinction of being one of the only comics to beat Will Flynn in a arm wrestling match.
Ooh.
Yeah, and he was a little surprised by it, as I was. So considering that he was there taking on all comers, and then it was like, how did I do that?
But he doesn't know good Nova Scotia stock.
Well, I think he's left-handed though.
Yeah.
And so I did beat him with my right, but my left hand is the one that gets the most exercise because of COVID romance. It's word economy.
Your girlfriend, you mean?
Yeah, it's just Lynn, cover your eyes instead of watching that bit. Just
exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to the dirty episode.
We've never gotten an X rating yet, so we're working on it.
I think I do mention that these are not for kids. I do.
No.
I set
definitely
it up for the YouTube.
It's not G-rated.
Not for kids.
No. Yes.
So
we do use the F word.
Fuck no. Really?
Fuck yeah.
See, that was a little too harsh, Mike.
Okay.
Seriously. You got to learn balance.
I know. Subtlety and just be calm. But I'm very excited. I can really. I mean, another thing that yes, just this past week, a glimmer of returning to normalcy. I went out for dinner to a terrace twice.
Oh,
like wow! Like oh my god! And both times I was like, oh my god! I really didn't realize how much I missed this.
All right. Lynn is saying it's not our typical lunchtime view. Sorry if I turned your appetite.
Well.
Yeah.
You pays your money and you takes your chances.
Yeah. The Verdun Beach is very popular. It was fairly packed yesterday. So when I took my waterfront walk, I had to kind of circle around it just because the walkway was filled.
Yes, I've seen that. I've noticed that. I've been in a couple of places where, I had to walk around. I had to sort of like move around groups of people, and people are not really adhering to the distancing thing a lot. I think there's been a laissez-faire, a laissez-aller, if you will, in French, a letting go of the protocols.
It looks like the UK is on the cusp of the next wave of
I know
infections.
that India variant is really hitting them.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. It's concerning for us too, because there have been little pop-ups here and there of the India variant. I mean, here in Quebec, of all places to have the India variant show up, it was in Abitibi-Témiscamingue. Like, what? How many people from Abitibi-Témiscamingue have interactions with people from the Indian subcontinent? Okay, why there?
Or England.
Or England, yeah. Abitibi-Témiscamingue is like not your your cosmopolitan
Though
hub.
a lot of new immigrants who come to
Yes,
Canada,
that's
Quebec
true.
specifically,
Yes, yes, they go
are
to regions.
strongly encouraged by the Quebec
Yes.
government to go to areas where they've never seen somebody they haven't been related to. So, there
Inbreeding in
is a
Quebec? Mm, mm, mm.
little bit of
Hmm.
there's a lot of pride in being Pure Land. Um,
Yes, but it's also like there's also
it just means that your entire family can be traced back to 3 ships.
yes, true wool as they call it.
Yeah, which is weird because none
Yeah,
of them are,
none of
who
them
in their
are.
family
Yeah,
fuck their sheep.
yeah,
So
yeah. Also,
they're not Scottish.
it's not a good thing to keep going back to the same gene pool. That brings up all sorts of nasty diseases and stuff that genetics don't work well for you in that circumstance. I mean, the Lac Saint Jean area, because they are sort of like a microcosm of population.
Mm.
They have a lot of genetic mutations that cause diseases, and they're like uh, the people who study genetics, they're sort of like one of the case studies of what not to do.
Yeah, there's one. It's on the Saint Laurent River. I think it is across from Trois Rivières, around that area.
Yeah,
There is a community that has a genetic disease that isn't anywhere else in the world.
right.
So it's hereditary, and it's
Hmm.
through a large portion of the
In the
population.
area around Bécancour, that area.
I can't remember the name, but that does not sound familiar to me. I
Okay,
had heard the name before, and I can't
okay,
remember where it is.
okay.
There was also in around 2000. I don't know how much I should share here. Around
Yes,
2000, there was the Hutterite. I think it was Hutterite
yes,
community.
yeah,
The government, Canadian government, was threatening to kind of step in because of the limitations of their gene pool, and so they were offering $10,000 basic stud service,
mm, okay,
so they could get some new genes into it, and they
right,
had some very strict criterias. They wanted
right,
people of who were or appeared to be of German ethnic stock
right.
in there, and I was seeing a young woman who was, you know, she liked the idea of maybe pimping me out and taking a commission. But then she kind of got nervous. There was a lot of weird things about it. It's like
Yeah.
it had to be through a hole in the sheet.
Oh,
It was
yes, of
not to be for
course.
pleasure.
Right.
All these
Yeah.
kinds of
Right.
rules.
Right.
So you wouldn't actually meet the person, and it's just
So it
yeah.
wasn't it wasn't like it wasn't sperm donation, it wasn't
Oh
artificial
no, because
insemination. This was like this was draft. This was like from the tap.
yeah, and the thing is, it's because they
Hmm.
restrict the amount of science that they have,
Oh yes, of course, of course. The
and
Amish,
reliance
the
on science. Yeah,
Hutterites,
yeah.
yes, the Mennonites,
So
yeah, 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 yeah.
these people do take trains, but they don't drive in cars.
Yeah, like the
So
Mennonites. The Mennonites drive cars, but they paint their bumpers, anything that's chrome, they paint it black because there can't be any mirrors or reflection of, the reflecting surfaces are sort of like demonic.
mm. So there we go. That
There we
cures
go.
vanity.
Yeah, well, the Amish also have there's several Amish uh, colonies, if you will, throughout North America, and
Mm.
they actually try to sort of like mix amongst themselves because there's too much of, like, especially in the Pennsylvania Amish community,
So
there
is
is
it
an
what
awful lot of
do they have like a
inbreeding.
dating app where it's called like Plenty of
Yeah,
Jebediah
yeah,
or
yeah. They go
something like that?
online. They go online. They go on the dating app. The Amish website,
Yeah,
match. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. It's a date,
AmishMatch.com.
a date.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, just just so they can.
What's the typical the buggy and the butter churn?
Gotta think.
Oh my God.
I gotta think. Weird Al for
Oh
Amish
yes,
Paradise.
Amish Paradise.
Yeah,
That was
churning the butter. Just
yeah. Got churn the butter. Got to churn
that's
the
the
butter.
second time I've done that similar action during this. This is we're
This is
not
going
good
off the rails
people at this.
rather
I
quickly.
don't think we're just completely
Uh,
off the rails at this point in
yes,
time. We
yes,
are filled
yes,
with
yes,
all kinds of
yes. Bring the
uh,
guardrails closer. Yes, yes. We're wondering that too, Lynn.
it's actually my talent agent at the time. She dissuaded me because she then grew a little bit jealous at
Oh,
the idea.
hmm.
So
Yeah, yeah.
I think she also
I
wanted to keep me a certain level of poor. So
yes, starving artists were so sexy.
yes, yeah, and dependent and dependent.
Yes, yes,
It was
independent. Yes, you
yeah,
can't go away. You need me.
yeah.
You can't leave me. I'm your connection to subsistence levels. Oh
Welcome to
my
the
God.
wonderful world of
Yes, it is. It's
entertainment.
an absolutely wonderful world. Yes. Yes. Canadian
What
entertainment. Yeah.
what what is the strangest job you've ever had, Mike?
The
I mean, I
strangest.
know we know that you've been in the ski patrol. We know that you've been a post
Yeah.
office worker, but you must have had like other little jobs somewhere along the line. You're
Oh,
not so
yes.
old that you got stuck in one career at
No.
16
Well,
and then
no, but I was with Canada Post from the age of I joined Canada Post just before I turned 21. So I was there for 34 years. So I did have a fairly long career in one job. But before I joined Canada Post, I did have little odd jobs here and there. I put up scaffolding for a warehouse one summer. One summer I worked in a carpet mill. A carpet mill in Sorel, Quebec, for Celanese Canada, and that
what was
was
your job there?
I would uh, the woven carpets and the jute backing of the carpets
Hmm.
were glued together in a machine. I one of my tasks was to load these jute things into this machine so that they could then be mated to the other thing and to monitor that the gluing of the thing. It was a dirty, dull, boring, but I think for the whole summer I worked maybe 3 months there, and for the whole summer I made almost 10 grand because it was a double. It was like not a double shift. It was a shift and a half. It was 12 hours, and but it was hot and it was stinky, and
This would have been in say the 70s.
it would have been 74, 75.
Right. So early to mid 70s.
Yeah, 74 because
I
I was 19, so 74. Yeah.
Yeah. I had perhaps one of the dirtiest jobs I ever had because I have done
Hmm.
most everything. I haven't done carpet factory. I've done lamp factory,
Okay.
but I worked for an environmental cleanup company.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay.
And on one of the jobs that I went out, we were on the job site for 2 days. There was a ship. Was it Sri Lankan registered, Dutch owned, something like that, and it had hit a wharf a little too hard and
Mm,
managed to rupture its diesel tank.
wow.
So they brought it up into the dry dock and took everything out of it. But at the same time, though, while they had been at sea, whenever they were changing oil in the engines, they were just dumping it into the bilge. So
Ooh,
in the
jeez.
bilge, and for
Oh
those of you who don't
God.
know what a bilge is, it's like
It,
a seagoing ship will have two hulls,
yeah.
and in between it are all these little tiny chambers that it almost resembles a like a dryer, like a washer dryer.
Hmm.
All these, so you get these little round holes, and it's all there for stability, a little bit of give and take for the ship.
For ballast, for balancing the ship out
Yeah,
as it sails. Yeah. Yeah.
and so there's these. Well, I mean, ballast would be the weight
Yes,
that would
but
be in it,
yeah.
but it's a little bit of extra protection for the ship. So we had to crawl into this catacomb.
Oh my God.
This like this honeycomb section. Not enough for him to stand up. It was on this for 2 days. We had like one of those white paper jumpsuits that came up and covered your head, which was not enough.
No.
And we were using rags and some kind of solvent in this enclosed space. That,
oh my God!
To wipe off the oil, the old oil and the diesel mixture with the salt water.
That probably coagulated into like solid masses of.
Well, the solid masses were the easy part. It was just when it was, it was like wiping up oil.
Fun times.
And
those were.
Of course, the solvent had certain fumes to it, and we were also on it was brought into the dry dock. So the dry dock was expensive for them to have, and they had to get the repairs done of removing like a section of the hull to patch the hull.
Right.
And
time was of the essence, right?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it was not well timed because on top of that, the dry dock workers were unionized. We weren't, so we were just kind of disposable. So we're in there getting stoned out of our heads, just wiping this all down. Yeah. And one of the guys I was with began to smell burning, and he got out of the little compartment he was in just before the welding torch came through.
Oh my God!
Burning below to kind of remove.
Oh my God!
It's like, all right. Oh, there's still people up in there.
Yeah, there's people in there, and they're covered in combustible materials.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
The thing is, there was enough salt water mixed in with the oil that it didn't flame
flash
right away.
It didn't flash.
I think he also had cleaned that area, mostly, but it was just like
whoa!
It was getting hot in that one thing because they were burning through a hull.
Wow! Talk about dodging a bullet.
Yeah,
that was Oh, that's scary. That's really like, oh my God.
Yep. And,
workman's compensation would have had a field day with that one.
Minimum wage.
Of course.
Yeah. There's another time. The company actually, like the summer I worked for them, the company actually changed their name twice. I think it was twice.
That's reassuring, is it?
We're
this now. We're no longer this.
They were bought out. Like twice during it. Like it was, I think it was like Halifax Environmental, then became Nova Scotia Environmental, and then it became Maritime Environmental Cleanup or something like that. I'm guessing at the name, so this is not, I have no idea if if any company by that name is still there.
Still exist,
and they still have these kind of practices.
Wow.
But there was one time I showed up, and I showed up at the location, and the truck was there. And there was a barrel and some shovels and a burnt patch on the ground. And so I'm there. One of the other guys were there, and he said, I don't know what's supposed to be happening, but here, let's move the barrel closer, and I think we're supposed to just dig up this dirt. So we start digging up the dirt, putting it in the barrel. Then the supervisor came back from wherever he was. He said, whoa, what are you doing? Put the suits on. That's PCBs. Because a transformer had exploded.
Oh my God!
Exploded.
Oh my sweet Jesus!
So I don't have 3 arms, so I didn't gain any superpowers. Personally, I think it's quite the
that's too bad, really. That would have been a good extracurricular add-on to your career path.
Yeah, and as it is, I don't have a family doctor, but I've never in any of my emergency visits have them say,
test
hey,
you
there's
and
something irregular with your blood work.
Right, yeah.
So
you have trace elements of this. Yeah.
Well, it's not that. I'm more worried with PCBs that, cancer developing.
Cancer.
So we got the suits on just before the press showed up. So he was really happy.
Keeping up appearances, lads. Keeping up appearances.
Yeah. I mean, we had half the work done, but it was.
Yeah. Oh my Lord.
Yeah. Just
well, I never had a job like that. I mean,
I worked for a contractor who owned a number of dump trucks and whatnot. So I I got to learn how to drive air brakes and all that, even though I didn't get the air brake license, just so I could move them around the yard.
Right.
And I did like lawn maintenance for him, but I also washed the dump trucks and the garbage trucks. He had 2 garbage trucks too, and he kept those immaculate. So every day, every time they were used, they got like and a high pressure hose just. So it wasn't like getting up close, but it was.
Yeah.
Holy crap! It's just brace myself with this hose.
Exactly. Yeah. Refuse garbage is just it's a sensory overload. It just assaults you. Yeah. You know Jason Euro?
Yes.
Yeah. He's now working garbage trucks.
Oh, really?
He's gotten a job working garbage trucks now because obviously got to feed yourself and house yourself and yeah.
Yeah. He was. A cook at a vegan restaurant.
Yeah, I don't know how you go from one to the other, but yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Maybe it was his food was fit for the garbage trucks, and that's
you never know.
Yeah, progression. Here I'm throwing shade at somebody who doesn't deserve to have.
No, he doesn't deserve it. He's a good guy. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, I've had a few odd and sod jobs before I went to my big long career, and then and then a little peripheral things, of course, doing stand up, doing the ski patrol thing, working for BMW as a driver for 4 or 5 years. So it's just a little. I'm a Renaissance man, if you will. I do so many things, and very well too.
Oh, well, see, I do a bunch of things half-assed. What is the full saying? It's jack of all trades, master of none.
Exactly.
Is
Precisely.
better than a master of one.
Yes.
That's the full phrase, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
So
yeah. I've met people who had degrees up the wazoo, who engineers, doctorates and stuff like that, who were very, very specialized in one field, but couldn't change a goddamn light bulb. Had no other skills but what they were focused on. And I find that you have to have a little bit of what's the term? You have to have a polyvalent set of skills. There has to be a broad stripe of your abilities to navigate the world. You have to have a little bit of everything. I cook. I can do mechanics. I have a brake job waiting for me outside. I have I've dabbled in a lot of things, and like you say, jack of all trades, master of none.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is better than a master of one. You got to remember the
exactly.
whole thing.
Yes.
It's like the early bird gets the worm.
The second bird gets what?
No, it's there's something about the worm.
Yes, yeah.
I can't remember. So a lot of the sayings that we hear constantly are only part of the sayings.
Yes, it's true. That's true.
So I can't remember what that's called. I'm going to have to research that before our next episode, which is going to be when.
Well, according to what we've sort of gleaned from Claudio's schedule, his new and improved schedule, I think we're going to have to move it to Wednesday. So and I'm on board with Wednesday noon,
which is we're going to miss Lynn's lunch hour because she's out in Calgary.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, we're going to try and be accommodating, but we have to,
Mm-hmm.
Claudio. Ah.
Don't make a song out of his name. There's no need for that.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to make a rap out of his name because I have no rap. I have no rap.
You have no rap skills?
I have no rap skills whatsoever. I have no rap.
So when it comes to like Christmas and birthdays, everything's delivered in a bag?
Yeah, exactly.
No rap skills?
No rap skills.
Yeah. And on that note, We've been live for 45 minutes, so 15 minutes longer than our
Okay.
mandate. So I'm feeling a little bit better. Are you feeling a little bit
I'm
better,
feeling
Mike?
much better. I'm feeling much better. I always have a great time doing this with you and with Claudio when he's here.
Yeah, that
And
guy. Sorry,
yeah,
not to
that
make
guy.
Claudio. I'm just teasing
Yeah,
Claudio.
yeah,
Claudio, if
Claudio,
you're
we
watching
love
this
you.
on
We love
the
you. Come back soon. But yeah, no, I
how did you make that sound sincere and sarcastic at the same time? Yeah,
it's a
Claudio,
skill.
come
It's a
back. We
skill I
love
have, Paul.
you.
It's a skill I have. I was actually a little bit threatening too at the very outside edge of it.
Yeah, Claudio. Just
Yeah, Claudio. If you know what's good for you.
we should be kind to Claudio.
Yes, we should very well
He
kind.
is the
Yes.
king of media empire at this point in time. So
Yes, he is. He is. And he's such a absolute doll. He's great,
if you
great
want to
guy.
dress him up, feel free, but just not. Please don't involve me on that
No, I
one.
mean he's a great guy. He's just an outright good guy. So yeah, get back to us, Claudio. We miss you.
And